talk about the past and how Schnellenberger just any interactions he's made.
Well, Coach, he's a legend. You know, he's a legend. I mean, Coach affected so many different people over his career. You think about the coaches he's affected, mentored, and helped advance in this game, in this business. You think about the players that he's coached over the years. You know, the players at Miami, the players at Louisville, here at FAU, and programs that he's turned around. I mean, he's done some extraordinary things as a football coach, and he's touched a lot of lives. And I think as a football coach, that's one of the things you want to be able to accomplish over your years of coaching. You want to win. He won ball games. You want to mentor and bring coaches along, and then you want to help the young people. And he did a great job at all of those things. So he's going to be missed. He would never be forgotten. And we're going to see to it that we make his vision a reality here at FAU.
What did you see out of the quarterback today? And you think that's
Nick was pretty much in control of what he had to do out on the field. I thought Posey and Mike and Willie Jr., I thought they were trying too hard early. I thought Mike caught on a little quicker and made some big plays for us. And I thought, like, say, Javion and Willie Jr. just was missing some easy read, trying too hard. And it was good to see Willie Jr. come back and bounce back and make some plays there at the end. We always talk about that with our quarterbacks, not just quarterbacks, but all of our players when things aren't going right, rather than sit around and pout and worry about that play you didn't make right. Walk into the next play. All we need is just to make one play and things turn around. And it was good to see him and Johnny connect on that play, you know. And I know Posey left out of the game, had to tweak his hamstring a little bit there. We saw more of him. But overall and throughout spring ball, I thought as a quarterback group, we got better as a group. You know, we still know where we need to be. And ultimately, I want one of these guys to separate themselves. You know, I think they all are good quarterbacks, and some of them are young, going to be really good as they continue to develop and get better, you know. But we got to make that room competitive. It's got to be highly competitive, and one of those guys got to separate themselves. One of them got to say, you know, my time, and go get it. A lot of things we're missing.
And there seemed like there was quite a few explosive plays today. You just kind of talk about like to just kind of have those return and cover the time.
Well, that's big. I mean, that's going to be big for us. We need them. Like you say, we didn't have many of those at all last year. And sometimes with explosive plays, you need explosive players to allow those plays to be explosive, you know. And I think we have a couple of those guys, you know. And I think with our players have a better understanding of what we're doing, that's going to allow for us to have more explosive plays. But when you have guys like a Johnny Ford that can go the distance every time he touches the ball, you'll get some explosive plays out of that guy. Sometimes when you don't even block it right, the one run he had, I mean, he didn't even block anybody. He just cheat code, you know. And but I think that's what it takes, is having some explosive players as well. And then, like I say, knowing what to do. And our guys have a better understanding of what we're doing now.
Like a lot of running backs stepped up today, from the house later than nothing to the employee. Overall, what do you think of the running backs? Homer, Barry, Earl.
I thought what we saw this today is kind of how they've been running the ball all spring. You know, I've been really happy with our running backs this spring. I felt like they've been running the ball like we know they can run the ball, and run the ball with some authority and being physical. And not running out of bounds or running east and west, you know. And my guys took pride of that this spring. You know, we talked a lot about getting yaks and finishing runs. And I thought all those guys took pride in doing that this spring and got better at doing it. But that's going to be the key to us and key to our success, is being able to run the football, you know. And but I think our backs got better running the ball because I thought we were a lot better up front as well. I thought our offensive line had a really good spring, and I'm excited about that group.
In the third quarter, a little ticky flank up come out. You have this format of like kind of, maybe that's not to that extent, but that's not what you want to see, that competitiveness, that fire people talk.
Well, to be honest with you, I guys like that every day. I mean, these guys love competing. They love going out there playing with one another. I mean, they love being around one another, and they talk a lot of trash out there. You know, our guys, we always making sure that they understand that you can't let all that talk and the things distract you from getting your job accomplished. You know, so that's important. That's something we stressed a lot this spring. You know, okay, you guys gonna talk. You better make sure that you're locked in and not forgetting plays and not lining up and doing things that are gonna affect our football team. You know, so understanding how to play, have fun with each other and play, but also playing smart football is really critical to our guys. We don't want to take away from the energy and the competitiveness that they have, but we do want to be smart in how we do things and not hurt ourselves. And that's one thing we talked about last year's team. We were pretty good when it came to penalties and not doing those things, which I thought allowed us to be in a lot of those ball games we were in, you know, by being smart and playing smart football. So we got to continue to play that way. And now to score some points on and playing smart, we have a pretty good offense.
It's not just the guys playing wide receiver every time.
That and he got some young guys in there. You know, one I think of there, I think it was in the third quarter. I know Willie Jr. threw a ball to Jamal Ezra, you know, and he was blocking, and he had probably would have scored if he ran the route, but it was a freshman that just wasn't locked in doing it. Again, you want to get those out the way now than in the fall, you know, but I know Jamal, that's probably a play he hadn't ran a lot this spring to really be on top of because it was an RPO on that play, and he was blocking instead of running the route. But, again, you want to get those plays out the way now than in the fall. But I thought the White defense played big time, but I expected it to. I thought they did a good job drafting their defensive players, the ones they had over there, and but I was excited to see the red team step up there in the second half and make some plays for the team. But I thought overall as a defense, I thought our guys did a great job of picking up on things Coach Stoops is asking them to do. You know, considering it's a whole new defense now. You know, but if you ask Coach Stoops, he'll tell you he's so excited and glad to be here with this group of young men, especially in the secondary, because those guys do a great job of learning football and talking ball. They enjoy and it helps him so much, you know. But I thought our guys did a good job of picking up on our defense and the terminology and executing it. You know, I will say from day one in spring ball to where we're at now is night and day, you know, with those guys. But I think we got a chance to be good again on defense. I don't think we should be, you know, and we want to be better.
You find with the defense, Leslie, I believe the fifth defensive coordinator in the last 5 years for FAU. You find since you've had so many seniors come out, so many guys with this kind of a new year, new system, that they all figured out easier. It wasn't a big deal, especially for some of the veterans, like, you know, another year, another new system.
Well, I just think we have some unique veteran guys on this team. You know, these guys we have in our secondary with him and T.J. Young and Cordell, not Cordell, but Correll Smith. All those guys, those guys will be coaches one day. I mean, those guys live, eat, and sleep football. I mean, they're in there teaching the young guys. When everything's over, they're down in the meeting room teaching and all. So when you have guys like that love football, that love learning, love coming over here and trying to be better, then it makes it so much easier for us. You know, and I think back to last year, it was new for all those guys. And a lot of them didn't have experience, but they love playing with each other. They love learning ball, and that helped them all get on the same page. You know, and again, those guys do a great job of holding each other accountable to what they have to do. But when you have guys in the secondary that understand it and can get guys lined up, it makes things a lot easier. You know, so I think the guys that we have over there really, I think that that helps when you have a new defensive coordinator and there's new learning, so and that helps get everybody else caught up. Well, we got to find a kicker. And we got guys competing for that. Morgan and Aaron, they're competing for that. So that's going to be big for us as we go into the fall. And those guys been just like every other position competing their tail off this spring. So I know we had a couple missed there. One of them was short. And again, am I concerned? No, I'm not concerned because some of those guys are guys that they normally play with as well, and then we didn't do special. We were just punting the ball and run it down and cover. It wasn't trying to return it or tackle anyone. So, but no, not concerned. But we do got to find a kicker, and we're going to let those guys battle it out and see who's going to be the guy for us.
With the team overall, can you talk a little bit about what you think the strength is of the team right now, and then what do you think needs to be fixed?
Well, I think the strength is we have a lot of guys back from last year's team, and having the spring has been big for us, to get on the same page with everyone. I think again defensively we should be pretty good, and so we're gonna lean on that. Our defense has been pretty good, and then offensively I think we'll be much better because of again, our guys having a better understanding of what we're doing. And again, we've gotten bigger and stronger, and I see guys developing and they so much better than what we were when we first got here. In the spring, I can't stress that enough how big the spring has been for us, and not just for our players, but coaches, and getting on the same page and understanding each other and how we coach and what we like and don't like to do. And so it's been good, really good from that standpoint. We're so grateful and happy that we got a spring in and we got through it with no hassles.
Sense of normalcy, having a spring football, having a spring game and stuff. How big was that for you guys, not just physically, but also mentally?
No, it's huge. I think you take for granted, but I thought you go back to 2020, it affected a lot of folks, not just players, coaches, and all mentally and anything. It was mentally draining. Every week not knowing if you're going to play or not. Every week not knowing if you're going to have a certain guy playing this week. Every week not knowing whether or not you're going to get it or not. And just worrying about all those things and then trying to prepare for a game. That was tough. It was tough on our kids. You think about all the things they had to go through and then having family members going through those things as well, and then trying to go out and perform the way that we all want them to. It was tough, and again, it's good that we're getting vaccines out and things are looking like they're getting better. We got to continue to do the things that we're supposed to, but it'll be great to get back to some normalcy, not just in football, but just in life, and just hopefully everyone continue to be safe and continue to wear their masks and do what we're supposed to get back to where we all want to be.
The vaccine, when we asked you about this, I think the eligibility change. With the team or anything, feel like they're playing for you, feel like you'll
Will I personally do it? Yes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and we talked with our team, and last week we had a nice Zoom meeting with our doctors, and our doctors did a great job of explaining to our players about the vaccine and allowed our players to ask some of the concerning questions that they had about it, So I thought that was really good, and taught our team about making sure they're on there so they can ask the questions, and more importantly, so they can make an educated decision when it comes time to whatever they decide to do with it. At least they have a good understanding and not just going off of what someone else is saying, and to me that was more important, that we educate our guys on it and then let them make the decision what's best for them. So, yeah, we talked about it, and and those guys have a better understanding of it now. No, because I didn't ask them, and again, I don't want to persuade anyone to do anything they don't want to do, but I do want to educate them so they can make the best decision for them. I think too often there's a lot of changes, a lot of rules and things, and we don't do a good job explaining it to our young people, and they make decisions that's going to affect their lives by not knowing exactly what's going on. So I applaud our administration and our doctors for providing that information to our players, again, so they can make the best decision for them. But I feel like all those guys got better from last year when we got them in training camp and went through the season, and we expected them to be better. I mean, having a better understanding. But I don't feel like any of them have separated themselves, and that's what we need to happen is for someone to separate themselves. I think we have talented quarterbacks on our roster, and it's just a matter of them going out and separating themselves and being that guy, Like I told them, I can't do it for them. They're going to have to do it. We can guide them and teach them, but they ultimately going to have to do it, And to be honest with you, I'm excited because I think somebody step up. I hope so. That's what we have right now. So the guys step up and make plays. But like I told you guys at the beginning, we got back. My job is to make this a highly competitive football team, and we weren't that way last year. And I think with the depth that we have now is getting a lot closer to where we want to be when it comes to a competitive football team. And I know we all want that at quarterback, which, again, we want that. We want to find out who that guy is, but it's got to be that way at every position. And for the most part, it's been that way this spring, which has been pretty good. It's making everybody better and making everybody come to work every day, knowing that they got to do something.
So, Coach, good to see you. Good to see you in the interview room as well. That's pretty nice, right?
It's good to see everybody else here.
Well, speaking of which, how was it to see the fans out there today?
It was awesome. To see them show up, and again, that tells you they miss football too, and can't wait to get back out. But that was great for our team. I told our guys afterwards, that right there to let you know how much people care about you and how excited they are about FAU football. And we got to make sure we continue to do our part, keep them excited. But it was good. We had a nice crowd, and they were into it, and it was good to look up there and, like you say, see some folks. That's pretty cool.
As the commissioner of the spring game, I think one of the duties with that has to be is picking the most valuable player. Can you pick an MVP for us tonight?
I can't. I can't. I got to watch the film before I say that. I mean, I saw a lot of good plays out there. I saw the young freshman Zuberry make some good plays. Kevin Dean make some good plays out there. It'd be hard for me just to pick one valuable player in this game. I don't know if I can do that, Jack.
Sorry to put you on the spot, and I do for that. But how about this? Were you impressed with the freshmen? I'm not sure if this question was asked earlier. I couldn't really hear it. But were you impressed with the freshmen so far now that spring ball has completed?
Yeah, I think we got some guys that's going to help this football team, and I think we have some freshmen that's going to help this football team this year. It was great to have those guys here this spring, and so they can have a better understanding of what we're asking them to do and have a better understanding of school, going to class, and things of that nature. And come fall, all those things won't be new to those guys. They can hit the ground running and have a big off season in the weight room. I think for the freshmen, for the most part, that's the biggest thing is getting in the weight room, getting bigger and stronger and faster. And so they got to spend a lot of time there this off season. But Jacob Paisley, I think he's going to be a player for us. As he continued to come. He didn't practice much this spring, but when he did, he got noticed, and I thought Zuberry did some good things throughout spring as well. We talked about Jamal Edrin early. He ran a bad route. Well, he didn't run the route, but I thought that kid had a heck of a spring. I mean, he got noticed big time this spring as well. So I think we got some guys that's gonna step up for us and help us.
Now to something a little more somber. Obviously, we all know about Coach Schnellenberger. He changed how college football looked at recruits in Florida, and in particular, black players as well. You can make an argument that he kind of brought forth the second desegregation of college football with his recruiting style. As a black player from the state of Florida and now a head coach, do you want to talk about maybe his impact on you personally?
Well, growing up, in the state of Florida, you've always followed Miami, Florida, and Florida State. So when Coach Schnellenberger was coaching there, you knew about him from that standpoint. And then you get older and see when he went up to Louisville and did a good job. And me playing at Western Kentucky, I heard so much about Coach Schnellenberger back then and the job that he did there. And then I started coaching and had a chance to coach against him. He like, are you kidding me? I grew up high school and watching his teams then, and now I'm coaching against them. But like I shared with them earlier, just things he's accomplished over his career. A lot of coaches would love to be able to do some of those things. The program that he turned around and set them on a path for greatness was huge. He left his mark on all those programs and got them going. And it takes a special person to do that, and he's done it at multiple places. And like I say, not just turn those programs around. He touched a lot of lives and changed a lot of people's lives. And I just can't take that for granted of all the people he's touched over the years.
And you can see that especially here at FAU, the lives that he's touched. You walk into the stadium and you see this massive statue of him, honoring him. Welcome to Howard Schnellenberger Stadium. How does that feel knowing that you're the reins of his baby? You have control of his program. Does that have a lot of pressure, a lot of weight now that he has passed?
Well, I think it's pride, but from day one when we got the job and understanding, Coach started the program and what he wanted from this program. And again, it's my job, it's all of our jobs to help his vision become a reality of what he wanted for this program. And each and every day we come here that's the standard, to work to make sure we do that. And we can't have anyone slack, it'd be disrespectful to him and all the ones that came before us if we did that. So, but that's our goal is to make his vision a reality. And I think everyone should and must and will live up to that.
Did he tell you anything in particular during your introductory conference, I guess you can say? Remember, you guys were chopping it up for a little bit up there.
I think I was doing more of the talking, just how much I admired him, and the things that he's done over the years. And I think I remember telling him then, I just don't know why, but whatever we can do, if I can do to get him in the College Football Hall of Fame, we need to make sure we do it because I think he deserves to be in there. Again, he changed the game.
Coach, you just took my last question from me, which is going to be, does he belong in the College Football Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, thanks, Coach. I appreciate the time.
All right, y'all have a great rest of the day if you want to.
I'll switch stats.